anyway, so not too long ago I did a video comparing some of the new pop girls to Beyonce, and I figured that I would do one for Nicki Minaj. Even though some people might not want to admit it, Nicki Minaj is the standard for women in rap. Even though I'm not a hardcore Barb, doing some research for this video really put into perspective how much she's done for female rap, and I think I will do a separate video on that. Nicki Minaj has been in the game for over 10 years now, and she's just one of those people that is always like there sort of, and she's really reliable to the point where people like underappreciate her, if that makes sense. She's one of those people that you think is always going to be there, but when she's gone, you notice her absence. I honestly don't think Nicki Minaj will stop doing music altogether. However, it's very likely that she's on hiatus right now because she's not posting very often on social media, as well as she's taking care of a newborn baby. I know she's set to drop an album sometime this year, but if she keeps with her regular album cycle, it's very likely the Barbs will be waiting another 4 years for an album to drop after this one. Also, Nicki might want more kids, which could cause her to take a step back from music to raise her kids, creating a hole in female rap. Editing me here, so 3 hours ago, Nicki Minaj posted these two pictures, and it's captioned Friday. So either on Friday, she's maybe dropping a single, or I think she could have like a collaboration with Chanel, something. Anyway, something is coming out on Friday. This is likely going to mark the end of her hiatus. I also wanted to congratulate Nicki on LLC. Despite this song not receiving any real promotion, and it came out like 3 years ago now, the Barbs have pushed it up to #1 on iTunes in various countries, if not top 5. Anyways, let's get into it. First up, we have Cardi B. It is never lost on me that you guys started to change the rules of female rap for Cardi B just because you guys hated Nicki Minaj so much. Cardi B came at the perfect time, which was right like during the height of the Nicki Minaj hate train, so people started to support her in spite of Nicki Minaj. Cardi has gone on record saying that she mostly makes music like to go #1. She makes music for money, which there's nothing wrong with that. However, I fear that if she has, say, like a flop single, it will turn her off from music altogether. However, Cardi did open the door for other female rappers. For a long time, it was just Nicki Minaj, and labels weren't even trying to create, female rappers to go mainstream until Cardi B came out. And that's when other labels started to notice that there can be other girls outside of Nicki. Because of that, we have more female rappers out now than in the past, 20 years? Next up, we have Saweetie. So it's true that she is one of the more mediocre rappers, really, but she is an absolutely beautiful woman, and I feel like that's partly what has gotten her so far, that being pretty privilege. But Saweetie is not dumb. She got her degree, which has likely opened doors for her to be in the same room as other educated people. Even though she had ties to the industry, I do think Saweetie is likely very good at networking. Saweetie has the look, the aesthetic, and she is very unproblematic, which is very rare and also very good for marketing these days. But the bars are just lacking. Honestly, I would recommend Saweetie take a step back and really work on her flow, her rap voice, as well as pushing her pen. Because when I heard Best Friend, she low-key got eaten up, and it's mostly because of Doja Cat's delivery. I don't know if Saweetie has a ghostwriter or not, but if she does, she needs to find a new one. Now I have Coi Leray. So the only reason I knew about her prior to No More Parties is because she was Trippie Redd's ex. I really haven't checked on him since Life's a Trip, but I know he had another girlfriend that was doing music, and she was bad. Like, she was really bad. So I wasn't expecting much from Coi Leray. And honestly, I still don't, just because I really can't vibe with her music like that. Like, No More Parties has a nice melody, but you won't see me go out of my way to listen to Coi Leray. Alexa, play Coi Leray. It's never gonna happen for me. Yet again, another mediocre rapper. But I do appreciate seeing a skinny girl in rap, because I'm a skinny girl, and it's like rare to see a rapper that's a woman without a fat ass. Now we got Miss Mulatto. I feel like we're looking at another pretty, thick, light-skinned girl. However, as a rapper, I think she is far more talented than Coi Leray, Saweetie, and Cardi B. And I would hope she would be at that skill level by now, just because I think she has been rapping since she was about 14 or even sooner than that. She was on a rap show when she was younger, and she was blowing these other kids out the water back then too. It's clear she's been taking rap seriously since she was a child. I've heard some of her features, and she really does ride these beats well. She switches the flow, she plays with her voice. She has a solid delivery, and honestly, I don't know why she isn't bigger than Saweetie or being pushed as a more mainstream rapper. I think it has a lot to do with her name and that she won't change it, as well as it seems like she's been accused of being a colorist quite a few times over on Twitter.com. Also, it's a shame, but the only time I hear about her and her verses over on TikTok is when they're overly sexual, thus boxing her in and making it harder for her to rap about a wider range of things and still have them do numbers. Next up, we have the City Girls, who arguably ushered in the whole hot girl, city girl wave, as in like get to the bag, use men, da 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 da. When JT was in jail, Young Miami did a great job holding down the City Girls and keeping them relevant. But since JT's gotten out of jail, for some reason their newer releases just don't hit the same that they used to. I feel like sometimes they're just trying to make music that is bound to go viral on TikTok. Even though that is a good way to promote music, it shouldn't be the only way to promote and your most reliable form of promotion. Also, JT is crazy. Like, JT and these antics are sort of ruining it for Young Miami. I don't know if you've kept up with any of her controversies lately, but there was a recording of some mom yelling at her because JT allegedly called her daughter fat, which, if she did do that, wrong on every level, as well as blocking a cancer patient that just wanted to speak to her as a dying wish. I feel like the City Girls are trying to like fit in, quote unquote, but I'm huge on everybody needs to come up with their own sound and be unique in their own way. On top of that, Carisha is not a very strong rapper. Next up, we have Meg the Stallion. Congratulations on those Grammys. But it's apparent that Meg is very talented, as well as I think she's managed to link up with some of the more powerful people within Hollywood, aka Jay-Z and Beyonce. She does a very good job at pushing the pen and writing her own raps, as well as her delivery is the only one like it within mainstream female rappers, just because of how abrasive and aggressive her rap voice is. It makes her stand out. It makes her very unique. However, listening to her full discography, it's apparent that she has a particular flow, and I wish that she would change it up a bit more often. Other than that, I think she's golden. Even though she might not have intended for it, I really view her music as like sexual liberation for women. Literally, there are no other female rappers rapping about sex the way that she does. I feel like for the first time we're listening to what a woman can get out of sex instead of like, I just had sex, if that makes sense. Music aside, I am worried for Meg Thee Stallion as a person. Like, she's lost both of her parents, and it's very realistic to think that she's coping with it through alcohol and excessive partying. However, I do not know her personally. I cannot diagnose her, but the way she falls out with a lot of people that used to be on her team is also a little troublesome. If she crosses the wrong person within the industry, she could literally be blackballed. And with her career still somewhat being in its infancy, that could literally destroy her career. Nicki Minaj, on the other hand, wasn't blackballed until it was too late. Like, Nicki was already breaking records and things. And it seems like the media is already trying to paint her to be a bit more problematic than she really is. I hope Meg is careful and that she does great things in the music industry. Last but not least, we have Doja Cat. I think that she does draw in a lot of Nicki Minaj comparisons just because of her versatility and how she uses so many like vocal inflections. Like, she gets a little goofy in her like rap voice. She's also not afraid to do over the top, maybe a little bit odd things that other people just outright wouldn't, which is reminiscent of an early Nicki Minaj. She was over the top at times when it came to her styling, but later on would tone it down. With Doja Cat's versatility, I think that she will have a long run in music and be able to adapt to whatever the music landscape might look like in the future. However, personally, I'm a little bit hesitant to call Doja Cat a rapper. I haven't listened to her full discography, but Doja Cat is so versatile that trying to put her in just one box just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like it almost minimizes what it is she's doing. Okay, this is editing me here. With Doja Cat's newest release, I wouldn't be surprised if her team was trying to push her into a more pop direction. Even though I'm not a Barb, I do notice when Nicki Minaj is gone or is on hiatus from music. If she does choose to retire, she would leave a giant hole in female rap that realistically no one can fill. However, with having some of the girls out that I've previously mentioned, it does make me feel a little bit more ease that female rap won't go extinct again.